Hi there, Alison here at Keithley Healthy Living. Welcome to our Wednesday afternoon Rethinking Pain Movement Matters session. Slightly delayed start today because we had some technical issues earlier and some issues with the internet disconnecting. So hopefully everything's working out now and you can see me online. So thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Please don't forget to like the page or comment in the box to let me know that you're joining me this afternoon. And if you'd like to feedback on what sort of exercise sessions that you would like in the coming weeks, I'd be really grateful for you to let me know. We have all sorts of different classes running across Keithley Healthy Living, from dance exercise to core and floor work exercise, to our seated, to ballet, to yoga. So it's always really nice to know what sorts of classes that you would like, and then we'll do our best to accommodate those in our Rethinking Pain Movement Matters sessions over the next few weeks. So as always, check the area around you. It's free from any hazards, nothing to trip or fall over, nothing sharp to knock into before we start our exercise today. You need to be wearing clothes that you feel comfortable in, preferably with some pumps or trainers to protect you from slipping. And before you participate this afternoon, you need to be feeling fit and well, free from any medical conditions, illness or injury. It's going to be a full standing workout today, so there's no seated exercises at all. And the idea of that is to help people who perhaps don't enjoy the seated exercise and don't enjoy getting up and down and would just prefer to do all the exercise standing. So everything from the warm up to the stretching is going to be standing today. I have got a chair with me, but the chair is going to be used for a support to hold on to if we're a little shaky on the balance. So do make sure somewhere nearby you've got something stable to hold on to. So without further ado, let's find a space, and we're just going to start off with our usual warm-up. So to start by shrugging the shoulder, lifting and lowering, back tall and tummy in nice and tight. And then we're just going to go over to the other side, lifting and lowering that shoulder. And then from here, we're just going to circle those shoulders round, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in. And then I'm just going to take the feet and march them wide and narrow, wide and narrow, wide and narrow. Two more. And last one. Now we're just going to take a heel and toe, warming up the ankle joint. You can take a bicep curl with that as well. And then we're going to move over to the other side, heel into floor, tip of the toe to the floor. Don't forget you can watch any of these videos back. So if you're not watching with me live this afternoon, you can join me another time. And then we're going to match the feet wide and narrow, wide and narrow, wide and narrow. And then from here, we're just going to curl the heel towards the bottom. And then over to the other side, curling heel to bottom. March the feet wide and march them narrow, wide and narrow, wide and narrow. And then we're just going to circle those hips round. And the other way. As we take a pelvic squeeze forwards and release, squeeze and release. So just warming up the pelvic muscles. And then we're going to take the head and look to the right and center, left and center, right and center, left and center. Taking up with the head and then looking down, glancing up and looking down. Taking care not to take the head too far back. And then we'll go back to that marching again. Let's do some bigger marching this time. Get the knees up. Get us nicely warmed up. And then we're just going to take a little step touch to the side. Working through the sides of those legs. So we get us all warmed up, heart pumping the blood through our body. And the synovial fluid in the joints. Nice and loose so we can exercise. Don't be ever tempted to skip the warm-up, because the warm-up's all about preparing the body for exercise. And then from here, we're just going to turn it the way. So I'm going to go to the right and center, left and center. Keep the hips facing forward and take care that we don't turn too far, especially if we've got any brittle bone issues. One more each side. And rest here. Now we're going to take the hands down to the side and we're going to take it over and lift up. Over and lift up. One more each way. And then rest it there, back to a step touch. Hopefully you're feeling warmer by now. And then we're just going to take the feet in front of us. I'm going to do a little squat to work the hamstrings. So we're just going to push the bottom back and lift up, back and lift up. Just a little squat. You can take the arms forward at the same time. Not too far, just bending and straightening. As we just march through again. Lifting those knees. We'll just lift the right knee now. You can hold onto the chair if you need to. So we'll lift, 2, 3, and 4. To the left side. Lift, 2, 3, and 4. Back to the right. And then to the left. And then we're just going to take a curl. So I'm curling the heel towards the bottom. And then over to the other side, just curling up. Again, curling. And over to the other side. I'm marching. Standing with our feet parallel once more. Let's warm up the toes. So I'm going to go ball, toe, ball, and down, ball, toe, ball, and down, ball, toe, ball, and down. And one more. Over to the other side, ball, toe, ball, and down, ball, toe, ball, and down. 2 more like this. And last one. Okay, we're going to stand by our chair. We're going to start with some exercises working the backs of the legs. So toes are pointing forward, back tall, tummy in nice and tight. So we're just going to push the bottom back and lift up. Our body weight's going forwards towards the chair, so the chair takes the weight of the body and not the knees. So we want to keep the knees protected all the time. So push your bottom back and lift up. So I'm really taking that bottom back and I can still see my toes in front of my knees. Push back, lift up. And as we lift up, push through the thighs and push the pelvis forward. So we're feeling a nice exercise through the front of the thighs, and we're working the pelvic floor as well. Always great to get an extra muscle group in there as we're working. Body weight forward, weight into the chair, keep that back tall. 2 more. Last one, and relax. As we're here, we're going to work the hamstrings now, so the backs of the legs. So we're going to take the leg back, and we're just going to curl the heel towards the bottom. So working that hamstring at the back of the legs. Again, keeping that back tall and keeping that tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Over to the other side. Curl that heel in towards the bottom. Nice and controlled. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. From here, we're just going to curl the leg back, and I'm going to take a footprint as if I'm placing a footprint on the wall behind me. So I'm just going to squeeze back. Hips facing forwards, back tall. Feel that in your bottom. And last one, over to the other side. So pushing that bottom back, squeezing back with that bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Feet down. We're going to come sideways on now. I'm going to think about working my tummy and my thighs. We're also going to include a little arm movement in here as well. So I'm taking the leg on the outside and I'm just going to do a knee lift in towards my tummy. And as I do that, I'm going to crunch in with the arm. So I'm going to crunch in and push down. Crunch in and push down. You can hold onto your chair for extra support here because that will help keep us stable. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to switch to the other leg now, but this time I'm going to take the hand across to my knee. So taking it in across and back. Back tall, tummy in. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. You can keep with the hand or you can move to the elbow. Let's do 2 more of those. And relax there. Feet parallel. We're going to take this leg, the outside leg, out to the side, thinking about working the outer thighs. So all these exercises that we're doing today are about getting strength in the legs and strength in the core, which is good for our balance. So we're taking that heel out to the side and bring it back in. Leading with that heel, keeping that leg parallel so it just goes straight out and back in again. The standing leg is doing a little bit of weight bearing with our natural body weight. And obviously, weight bearing is good for the bones. Let's do 1 more and relax there. Take that inside leg forwards and we're turning that foot. So we're thinking about lifting from our instep, the inner thigh. So we're just lifting. Think about pushing that instep up towards the ceiling as if someone's got a string on your instep and they're lifting and pulling it. So we feel it really nicely in those inner thighs. You'll also feel it a little bit down the side of your hip. It should be quite nice on the hip, this one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest and relax it there. I'm going to swap the chair over to the other side now, and we're going to repeat all that again. I'm going to start with the squats. So toes pointing forwards, and we're just going to take the bottom back and lift up. Remember, you don't have to do all the repetitions, just do as many as you feel comfortable with. If you're feeling tired, you can stop whenever you like. And remember to drink plenty of water while you're exercising because it's important to keep hydrated. Squeeze that bottom and press the pelvis forward as you come up. Back and pull up. Back and pull up. Squeezing through that bottom. And last one, let's rest it there. We're going to take the leg back and curl up with the hamstring. So the heel is going to curl towards the bottom. So curling and down. Keep those hips facing forwards all the time. Back tall, tummy in. 4 more here. Nice and controlled. Last one. Switching to the other side. Take the leg back and just curl the heel in towards the bottom. Keep those hips facing forwards. Back tall and tummy in. Two more. Final one. Relax there. Change over to the original side. Footprint flat to the back wall. And we're just going to squeeze back. Squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And relax it there. Change it over to the other side. Squeezing the bottom back. Hips facing forwards. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, feet down. Turn to the side, and we're going to start with crunching in towards the tummy. So I'm going to use my outside leg and the other arm. So crunch in and push down. You might feel it quicker on this side because we have already worked this side when we're facing the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax over to the other side. So we're just taking the hand to the knee to start with, hips facing forwards, back tall and tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you're ready, taking the elbow to the knee. 4 more like this. You can keep with the hand if you prefer. Final 2. And relax there. Feet parallel, toes pointing forward. We're lifting from the outer thigh using the heel. So we're taking it out and bringing it in. Nice and controlled. Back tall, tummy in tight. Lead from that heel. Final 2. Feel it in the outer thigh. And rest. Taking that inside leg now that's just on the weight bearing, and we're flexing the foot, lifting the instep towards the ceiling. So we're just going to lift and squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax there. Feet down, and we're just going to face the chair again. And we're going to place the hands on the chair. We're going to think about doing some balance and some working the backs of the calves now. So we're just going to rise up onto the toes and lower down. Rise up onto the toes and lower down. Rise to the toes and lower down. 1 more. If you want to, you can now pulse with me. So I'm just going to pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's repeat that sequence again. So we're just going to rise and lower. Rise and lower. Rise and lower. Rise and lower. 2 more like this. And then pulse for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Let's just give that a quick stretch through those calves because the calves are working quite hard there. Toes pointing forwards. And then switch sides, feet together, bend the knee and take it back. And relax. So that stretched the calves out. So now we're going to stretch the rest of the body. So first of all, I'm going to stretch the soleus muscle between the back of the knee and the back of the ankle. So I'm just going to take the right foot back and sit down with both bent knees. So as if I'm perched on the edge of a bar stool. So I'm just tapping the front toe as I do that. Still holding on with the chair if you need to. I'm just going to switch to my other hand now. And I'm going to push that leg forwards and lift my bottom up. So by doing that, I can feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring along the straightened leg. If you prefer, you can place your hand onto your thigh. If you want to increase the stretch because you can't feel it, you can take the toes up off the floor and lean over towards that straightened leg so we get a lovely stretch through that hamstring. From here, I'm just going to take that same leg back. So I'm back sitting on the back leg again, the other leg this time, to stretch the soleus between the back of the knee and the back of the ankle. And I'm just going to tap the front toe as I do that. So my body weight's definitely on my back leg. Hold onto your chair or your wall if you need to. And then from here, we're sliding forwards, hands on your bent leg, lifting your bottom towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch along the straightened leg. And then we can take the toes up off the floor to increase the stretch if we want to. Lovely, nice developmental stretch through that leg. Bring the feet in together now. This is the nice stretch. Hands on your thighs. You're going to push your bottom back. So you feel a lovely stretch through the bottom and the thighs. And I always say to some of my live classes that it's a lovely stretch, this one, but you wouldn't really want to do it in the supermarket and go sticking your bottom out in public, really, would you? So it is a lovely stretch. And then from here, I'm just going to take the toe back. And I'm going to press the pelvis forward so I feel a lovely stretch here in the hip flexor. Step the feet together and let's do that on the other side. So toe on the floor, press the pelvis forward and feel that stretch in your hip flexor. Bring the body weight forward now onto the front leg, and we're going to pick the back leg up, holding at the shoelaces with the knees together and pressing the pelvis forward so we get a stretch through the front of the thigh. If that's hard for you, hold onto your heel, okay, or you can use a band and wrap the band around your leg to pull it in, or you can use the chair for assistance and rest your knee on the chair. We press forward so we get that stretch in the front of the thigh. So hold it there, hold on if you need to. And now I'm going to swap to the other leg. So holding on, knees together, press the pelvis forward, feel that stretch through the front of the thigh. Hold on to your shoelaces, you sock the bottom of your trousers, your heel, or if you're finding it really difficult, rest the foot. Rest the knee on the chair and press forward so we get the stretch through the front of the thigh. Relax that down. Now, this next stretch, we're going to think about stretching through the inner thighs. I'm stepping the feet out to the side, hips are facing forwards, and I'm going to turn the toe towards the corner, lunging down, reaching up and across the body. So they feel that lovely stretch in the inner thigh and down the side of the body. Relax there. Hands on the back of your thighs. We're going to pull the tummy in and round the lower back. Head looking forward so we feel that stretch in the lower back area. From this position, we're going to come up tall again, and then we're going to turn the toe to the opposite corner, lunging down, reaching up and across the body. So you're reaching as if you're reaching for something in the opposite corner. Feel that stretch down the side of the body and in the inner thigh. Release it there, and we're just walking the feet back. Okay, we're taking the right hand now and placing it between the shoulder blades, taking the left hand over the top or pushing from the front. So we get a really nice stretch in the upper arm area. Head is looking forwards. The easier version of this stretch is to have the hand in front. And then we're just going to relax that down and do the same on the other side. So between the shoulder blades and over the top, head is looking straight forwards. Feeling that stretch in the front of the arm, or over the top, or pushing from the front. And then we're going to take this hand that's on the elbow to the side of the head and reach out to the side. So we're getting a really nice stretch along the neckline. Be careful not to pull on your neck too much. And then let's do that on the other side. Over to the side, feeling that stretch along through that neckline. That hand that's out to side, now we're going to bring it in front. Show me the palm and hold between the joints. Look over your shoulder. Feeling that lovely stretch in the upper arm. And relaxing it there. Over to the other side, hand up between the joints and look over your shoulder. Take the hands into the small of the back now and just press your chest forward, feeling that lovely stretch across the front of your chest. And here comes one of the favorites. Let's just hug the arms forward. Give yourself a hug so you're stretching the upper back. Hold that stretch. And release. Finally, we're going to take a nice big reach up. Push up to the ceiling, stretching through those tummy muscles. Any blood pressure issues, just keep your toes moving. And release it down. Let's take a big deep breath. Lift up. And release it down. Lift up. And release it down. Give your hands a shake, give your legs a shake, and give yourselves a well-deserved clap. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon for our Rethinking Pain Movement Matter session. I hope you enjoyed the standing exercises today. Please like the page, comment in the box to let me know that you're joining me. And don't forget, if you are in the Bradford and Craven area and would like to be referred into our Rethinking Pain service, please ask your GP or medical staff at your practice to refer you in. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye.